So, how does a single story explode into a billion-dollar empire of movies, games, and merchandise? Today, we're going to pull back the curtain on the modern blueprint for building a media franchise completely from scratch. And we'll use a fascinating case study to see exactly how it's supposed to work.
To get why this kind of blueprint is so important, you gotta ask a question that probably keeps every major studio executive up at night. What is their single biggest, most expensive challenge? It's not about just making one hit movie. It's about something way, way bigger. And the answer is this: a constant, super high-stakes hunt for the next multi-generational franchise. It's the search for a story and a world so compelling that it can grab audiences not just for a summer, but for decades. That, right there, is the holy grail of modern entertainment.
So, why is this hunt so intense? Well, think about it. In an ocean of endless content, studios need a lighthouse, something that can cut through all the noise and practically guarantee an audience for years to come, not just for one opening weekend.
We're all kind of drowning in sequels and reboots, right? And that's because they feel like a safe bet. But audiences are absolutely starving for something new. The real grand prize is an original world, something that feels fresh, but is also big enough to be explored for years. That's where you find the biggest risks, and of course, the biggest rewards.
So what does a solution look like? We're going to dive into an intellectual property that was basically engineered from day one to be a universe in a box. It's called RoboJit and the Sand Planet, and it was designed from its very core to become a franchise. Okay, before we go any deeper, let's lock in a really crucial term: IP, or intellectual property. Now, this isn't just a story, it's the whole shebang. The characters, the world, the rules, the lore that a company can own and then build on. It is the engine that drives every single successful franchise out there.
So what makes this particular IP stand out? Well, its pitch points to a really unique blend of high-tech sci-fi set in 2065, a dose of ancient spiritualism, and a deep focus on good old-fashioned human courage. It's a very calculated mix of spectacle and heart, really designed to click with a modern audience.
But having cool themes is one thing. You absolutely need a killer story to hold it all together. And this is where we see the real architecture of the franchise begin to take shape. The whole narrative is a classic three-part saga, basically a ready-made blueprint for a blockbuster trilogy.
And this slide right here, this is the secret sauce. A crystal-clear three-act structure. A villain takes power through trickery, our heroes rise to the challenge by creating their ultimate weapon, RoboJit, and then they set off on a dangerous rescue mission. It's a timeless formula because, well, it works. It hooks you right in.
Of course, every great saga needs characters you can actually root for. So we've got our heroes, the Prince Victorson and the Minister's daughter Ginny. We have their amazing creation, RoboJit. Then there's the captured King Goodhat, and of course, the villain you love to hate, Donaldo. The personal stakes are high, and that's what gets us invested.
And let's be really clear, because the source material hammers this point home. RoboJit is the absolute heart of this universe. He's not just a sidekick, he's the core asset. He's the face you're going to see on the posters, the toys, the video games. He's the anchor for the entire brand.
And this is where RoboJit really flips the script. I mean, think about most iconic heroes. They get their powers by accident, right? A radioactive spider bite, a lab explosion. Their powers are often a surprise, maybe even a curse. But RoboJit is totally different. He is a hero created on purpose, born from human intellect and ingenuity. He's a testament to our own potential.
Okay, so let's shift gears from the creative side to the business side. A great story is the foundation, for sure. But to build a billion-dollar universe, you need a transmedia blueprint. That's the strategy for conquering every platform out there.
So what exactly is transmedia? It's not just retelling the same story in a bunch of different ways. No, it's way smarter. It's about each platform adding a new, unique piece to the overall puzzle. Think of how the Marvel movies, TV shows, and comics all weave together. The video game might let you explore a location from the movie, while a comic reveals a key character's backstory. It makes the universe feel massive and endless. And here is that transmedia ecosystem in action. The movies tell the big, core story. The video game lets you actually live that challenging voyage for yourself. The animated series, that's where you expand the lore and get to know the secondary characters better. And the comics can go off on totally new adventures. Each piece feeds the others, creating this awesome, self-sustaining loop of engagement and, well, revenue. So, when you combine the unique themes, the epic saga, those memorable characters, and that detailed transmedia blueprint, what you have is something way more powerful than just a story. What you have is a pitch for a global entertainment empire.
And the ambition here is, frankly, audacious. The goal is to engineer a cultural touchstone for the most valuable demographic in entertainment, children and young adults. They are the key to building those long-term revenue streams and, maybe more importantly, creating lifelong brand loyalty.
You know, the project's creator, Rakesh Raman, really sums it up perfectly here. He says, this isn't just art, it's architecture. It's a strategic narrative universe that's been designed from the ground up for the modern market. Every single element is built to be adaptable and expandable.
All of this leaves us with a pretty provocative question to think about. As audiences seem to crave more and more of these interconnected worlds, are we moving into an age where the most successful stories are no longer just written, but are actually engineered for success from day one? It's a question that really challenges the whole nature of creativity itself.